Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Twisted Coil on a Sunday afternoon, having a chat. Good, good evening. Where am I coming from? Good afternoon, everyone. I don't think it's going to be a long one today. One, because I know there's a ground show event going on at Coy Walk Barn with David and Coy Barn. Two, I'm having trouble with my right eye, and I've had the last 2 days having the piss taken out of me. Something rotten on the ground show with the difference group. And three, even though it's not the liner that I wanted, that's arrived today. So I've also got the long block pond I can get up and running today. So yeah. But how is everyone out there? Well, what have we been up to this week? Who have we got in? Gwen's in, Alan's in, Rick's in. Like I say, I don't expect too many people to be on this afternoon because I think most of them are up at Coy Water Barn. I was chatting with Simon from up North Coy Pond earlier, and he said it is very busy. So, oh,
Good evening.
afternoon, McDonald. Afternoon, Tony.
How are you?
Not too bad. Could be better. Big George is in. How you doing, Big George?
I'm all right, mate. Yeah. Hi, Tony.
I got
Hi,
one and a half eyes ish.
Hi, George. Oh, that's better. Ah,
There's a new one in the comments. Switch off Koi. Not heard of that one before. So how are we, Tone?
yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Mind you, oh, what's that on there? Oh, my wife gave me a message. I got a Gin Rin Achiba, which I've grown to 30 cm from about 7 cm from early this year.
Yeah.
When Rick sorted it out for me. And I thought, well, that's funny. It's been growing well, but now it's growing out the other way. And now it's pine coned, it's got dropsy.
Oh, mate,
Uh,
you're not having much luck lately, are you?
no, it's got dropsy. I've got it in a separate tank now with well, I've got it in the tank I'm trying to mature at the moment with other deformed fish. But it's in there with 0.7 of salt.
Yeah. But
So
why are you keeping deformed fish?
oh, I'm not. I'm not. They're just in there to. They're just in there to mature my filter on that tank. They'll be going
All right.
once it's mature.
And then
I
you're
don't want
gonna
to use. Yeah, I don't want to use good fish on it.
no. Oh look, Atskoy's in the chat as well. Oi oi Savaloy. Hey.
How do you get to see the chat?
Uh,
Oh, 1
um
minute. Chat. It says chat there. Maybe if I
You've got to
click
click
that.
join chat, then allowed, then you'll see it coming up.
Oh, I'm not.
don't ask me, I wouldn't be able to tell you.
I'll
Aaron's
just
in
put on the
in
big.
the comments. I'm sure he could tell you. How are you, George? How's your pond?
I'm all right, mate. I had woke up to a bacterial bloom yesterday morning.
What do you mean by a bacteria bloom?
It's just all the. It just went from crystal clear to like kind of off cloudy.
Yeah.
I was speaking to Aaron yesterday. That's just all the new bacteria are just kicking in. So
Then you mean algae?
no,
Bacteria?
I was on the phone with Jeff yesterday as well, and Aaron, and that's what it both for us because Aaron woke up to the same thing.
Yeah, my water's gone a bit cloudy today, but that's because the drum switch didn't go off. So yeah, I've had to get in there, clean the old float sensors, and now I'm having to readjust it to get it to yeah. Oh,
I think just because the temperatures in the last 2 weeks have just steadily increasing, so I've increased the feed slightly more than I was over the winter. So it's just all, I think, just all starting to kick in.
Did you feed a little bit more yesterday? Because I know yesterday was it was a lovely day for us here. So
Beautiful day here, yeah.
No, I've been for the last 2 weeks. It's been sunny up here, so I've been feeding in the morning, and my second feed at night when I come home from work. I've done that for the last 2 weeks, just to up the feed. So
yeah,
it's part. What I was saying, it was, I think Aaron and Jeff have both said it was all part of the process. So
Ronald McDonald.
Mine's a bit cloudy this morning because I done a filter clean and I put some of that detox tackle in.
All right, Ron, send me some pictures.
Oh, I've got
Afternoon, Mark.
afternoon.
Hmm. So
Oh,
yeah.
Anthony Willis is saying, afternoon all. Love the new Kahaku Tony showed in his last upload.
Oh,
Mhm.
thank you.
And then I know Rick and Coy was saying, had an excellent day yesterday, very tiring. Went to the fish farm and bought summer stock of standard koi and long. What? Yeah, long fins. How many did you get? What was the ratio compared to scaled one? Was it only a little bit? You got your upflow up and running yet, George?
Yes, it's up and running. It's up and running. Oh God, 5, 6 weeks now.
So how are you finding it?
Brilliant. I clean it every Saturday with the Easy Pod. I see the amount of shit that catches. Excuse my French. Is
Yeah.
what I didn't realise how much it got.
Yeah, you'll be surprised at what gets past an easy pod. I mean, an easy pod is a brilliant filter. Don't get me wrong, my taste I think is crystal clear. But you wait till you start increasing the feed in the summer.
Well, I'm just in the process of getting prices and bits and pieces for building my own backy stroke trickle shower. So
Yeah,
that's all in the process just now.
yeah, because you've got that running on your skimmer, haven't you?
Yep, skimmer through the Tempest and it'll eventually go over into the backy.
Yeah.
I've never had easy pods before. I got two now.
And
um,
how
and
are you
I'm
finding them?
yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. I have to sort of because it's up quite high. I have to go up the step ladder and have a check inside every other day because when the water starts going over those little weirs, it's time to
Yep,
clean, isn't it?
yep, it
Uh,
is.
so I had to
Yeah.
clean one of them this morning. But yeah, and I'm looking for another one now. I'm looking for a third one. Oh,
Maybe 3 to 1. That's not bad. Not bad. Well, everyone knows I'm not a lover of long fin anyway. But no, easy pods, they are absolutely awesome. What flow are you putting through yours, Tone?
funnily enough, I've got a 20,000 pump on its lowest setting going through one of them. Um, and I've no idea. I mean, I'm assuming at 50% it's doing 10,000. So I've got it on its lowest setting,
Which is,
30%, 30%.
yeah,
So it's probably doing what, 8,000, something like that. And I've got the other one on a 10,000 pump vary, and I've got that on 40%. But they both look as if they're flowing about the same.
yeah,
So, yeah, but
yeah. I've found the
pretty
sweet
good.
spot is around 7,000, 8,000 litres an hour.
Yeah,
I've got
yeah.
mine at 50% now on a
I mean, the
10,000
20,000,
vary.
the 20,000 varies on there just because I had it. You know, I didn't want to buy another
Right.
pump. But funnily enough, on its lowest
Yeah, that,
setting, which I
that is a bit
know is brutal.
overkill for your dinky little
Oh,
pond,
it
isn't
is
it?
overkill, but when it's on its lowest setting, it's only using 24 watts.
Mate, I know exactly what you're saying. The 4,000 litre an hour pump I got running the Frankenstein pond. That's only using 15 watts an hour.
Yeah.
So, and like Marcus says here, love Easy Pods, got 6 so far, plus 2 Nexus 320s and a Nexus 200.
Mm.
They are cracking filters, but Marcus, they are labour intensive, aren't they? They are, because I mean, I had how many running it? 4 running here at one point in time, and it's not so much the cleaning; it's the waiting for the ponds to refill back up after you've done the cleaning, if that makes any sense. Because my
Yeah,
my long block tank that had to have a minimum of two boils,
yeah.
you know, every time I cleaned it, and then you have to, I'm standing around them for the next 3/4 of an hour waiting for it to fill back up so I couldn't move on to the next one.
Same,
He
same,
says,
same here, Vince. Mine, if I do 2 drops, it takes a good 6 to 8 inches of water out my 2 tanks,
yeah,
and so you have to wait for it to slowly fill again. And I have actually took my eye off the ball before now, gone away, gone and done other things, and then suddenly it's overflowing. But
yeah, in
if you
there,
stay
done
there,
that.
it's like watching a kettle boil. If you go away, it fills up as quick as lightning. But
How we
yeah,
doing, Aaron?
Good, mate, you?
Yeah, not bad. You got water
hi
in
Aaron.
Grandad's pond yet?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So the window went in nice then?
No, so the water's up to the 2 inch below the window.
Yeah,
So we've I've been this morning and we've glued the liner onto the window this morning.
yeah,
So
yeah.
a couple of days fill it up.
Yeah, that's what we did. What Matt did here, he filled it up to within a couple of inches of the bottom of the pond, and then left it overnight to then settle.
Yeah, so we did that yesterday. He put 2 foot in it yesterday because there's quite a lot below the window, you see.
Yeah,
And then left that overnight. And my dad got his tape measure out to make sure everything was all right this morning to see if it had gone down. And
yeah.
we've had that much rain on it that it's gone up a cm. So do you know when you're just like, please not be any lower? Oh, it's actually higher.
Oh, mate, you can't complain with that, then, can you?
So yeah,
Yeah,
so Stu was down this morning. Us two in waders in the pond, and we've got all that buttoned up. So fingers crossed. I'll go check it after work tomorrow. Make sure it's all stuck real nice, and then go from there.
I bet you're glad it's almost finished now, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit more to do on like the water's in, but I need to take his filter out so we can build the wall behind the filter. So although it's nearly there, it won't be running for a little while yet. Couple of weeks, get the filter shed wall built so I can then put the drum where it's going to live.
So he's having
The
a
drum.
drum on that.
The Nexus.
Oh, is that what it is?
Monday's video will explain all.
All right, okie dokie.
Love dropping bombs on this channel, don't I? I think I just give every spoiler away.
I mean, well, if it ain't you, it's me.
Yeah. So yes, yeah, I've got to remove his filter and put the wall behind it, and then because we put it where it was, so I could work out the height of all the other pipes when we was doing the returns. I wanted to make sure I could still get down the side of it to put ball valve on it, and like there's bits in my filter shed which are really hard, and I really didn't want my dad to be that hard. I had to change a UV bulb yesterday, and it's like a mission. Like there's a gap, and I nearly had to throw Leo down the little triangle gap behind it because I dropped the bloody O-ring off the UV down it, and I'm like legs in the air trying to get it. So I was like, right, when I redo my filter shed, having access to stuff like that is the biggest thing.
Yeah, that was why I rearranged everything in my shed the way it was. So I've got enough room to access everything, but I've still got a little bit of room. And it is
A little.
only a little bit of room.
Yeah. Do you know what though? If you can reach everything and service everything without causing yourself a load of grief, then that's not too bad, is it?
Oh, it does. It makes life easier. And like the long block tank, now it's empty, and I've moved that shower away from where it was. I now realise how much light I was cutting out of the tank itself. So yeah,
This is a big thing we're at with the dads at the moment. So he wants to just block his filter shed to the same height as his pond, and I think he's going to put a wooden shed on the top of it, just so if he ever wants to make alterations or put that in, he ain't got to grind concrete blocks.
yeah,
And I've been saying to him that if it was me, I'd probably put like a big UPVC window from your filter house straight to the pond so you can see it that way. But
yeah,
it kind of makes it hard if you want to bang a shower on it, doesn't it? If you put a UPVC window there, so
yeah. I mean, but I'm covering my UPVC window up.
you're covering it up.
Yeah.
Is there a reason why you're covering it up?
Yes, and that is purely because at night when you've got the lights on, all I was seeing on the top of the water was my mud collection.
Right.
As much as I love my mud collection, I want to be looking in at my pond and seeing my fish, not my mugs.
Do you know what though? Want a blind have been an easier option?
No, because it's also helped me with the height of the drum and everything else.
So you built it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've just got to get across there with a scaffold plank and cut the windowsill flush, because then that whole wall along front of long block is getting boarded with OSB, and then when I build the back wall, those two walls will be tiled.
Very good.
You're going to build the back wall a little bit proud of the fence, ain't you, Vince? So you can stick your nets behind it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not going to be right up because I've got an 8-inch gap, so it's not going to be right on the edge of the pond. I'm going to have a bit come back, but I'm then going to have a gap down the side where I can slide me nets in and out, and then put like a little deal on it, cover it off. Oh, Gwen, that's awesome news. So he managed to pull his finger out then, did he? I have one that is definitely not going for sale. A Tancho Asaki. Nice. Talking about Tanchos, did you see my my Tancho shower, Aaron?
No, have we got you got a picture you can send me and I'll put it on screen?
There's a shot on his YouTube.
I can send the video to you on Telegram.
Yeah, send the video. I can pull it on the screen. Oh, can I? Yeah, you can. Yeah, send me it on Telegram. I just realised that I'm on my phone in front of my PC because
I'm the owner of a Tancho Goshki now. Never had a Tancho before, but I've got a Tancho Goshki.
Oh,
and only paid
the
50
year of the
quid for it.
I'm not the owner of one, but a very nice Tancho will be coming to my pond soon.
Oh.
So I'm just having a sneak peek before I show it to everyone else. It's a bit tight, that, isn't it?
Just get the video up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out how to save it, Vince. Don't worry.
It's not going to be a long one today, anyway. My eye keeps watering. Fuck.
What did you do to your eye, Vince? I must have missed that.
It's I've suffered with it for a long while. I actually damaged it when I was out in the Gulf, and then I ended up giving me years later. I then give myself arc eye, and every now and then I'll wake up and I can't open it, and it's just watery. It's just something I have to to put up with. It
Archive
comes.
from welding.
No,
Oh,
no. I was painting a room white with a metal halide light going at the same time.
oh right.
Yeah,
Mm.
and basically gave myself snow blindness or
Going to say
archive.
that's the same thing.
Yeah, very nice.
Does it help you put sunglasses on, Vince?
Yeah, I do. It does help, but
That's nice, that Vince. I like that. You can see there's quite a lot on this left hand side now where it's under the skin as well.
yeah. Even Rick said that the sumi is starting to come up on it now.
You can
But
see it.
yeah,
You can see it when it's probably on both sides, but you can see it when I don't know if you can see my mouse here. It's all under
yeah.
there as well. You can see it quite well in the light that. That's
You,
something that
you can,
sometimes the camera don't. There's a patch there, pick up very well, to be fair, but
and you got
yeah,
the
there
sumi
is
is
quite a fair amount on that. Is
coming
that
in
from Rick
across.
as well?
Yes, it is,
It's a very good spot for an English fish. That.
mate. Why do you think? As soon as I saw it, I grabbed it.
Mm.
You
And
two us
I mean,
shouting
that's
dibs at
not
the
me
same
ragging
time.
English fish. That's knowing what happens in Japan to get them round.
I've always
Yeah.
fancied a Tancho Sankey. Tancho Kahakus don't do anything for me, I don't think, really. I like
Well,
the body broken up with a bit of sumi.
See if I can find your Leos, Tony. I'm not sure I've got it to hand.
well,
It has
I'm not
changed quite
usually,
a fair bit though since.
I'm not usually a tancho lover, but we lost the tancho that was pars, so I've been looking out for a tancho to replace it, and I haven't seen anything that I thought was worthy. But as soon as I see that one, and knowing that that spot is 100% natural, I was like, I got to have that. Carl can't put it on the website, and he's like,
I
okay,
remember, I remember shouting dibs on the live when you showed it, and you went too late. I've got it.
all right,
Yeah, that's nice.
That's Leo's.
Yeah.
that is lovely. That is,
Yeah,
That's brilliant, mate.
and
that's like 8 months ago. That it's absolutely piled it on. Every time I go to his shop, I get the feeding tube out.
but like you see on the Ginrin Tancho show that Rick put up on Thursday night,
Yeah, that
mate.
had loads underlying as well, didn't it? It's nice that.
As soon as when we were doing the selections, and as soon as I see that one, I was like dibs, and as soon as it come out my mouth, I got fuck off. So yeah, I was like, Mick saying every pond should have a tancho.
I like him. I don't mind. I've seen
It'll be a
quite a
little
few
while
nice
before mine goes
tancho.
in the pond.
A few tancho goskis I've seen recently that look real nice.
But unless you're paying through the nose, you know, there's no guarantee with that spot. I
There's
know
not,
a
no.
couple of people that have bought Tancho Goshkis, and they've then got a Matsuba with a white patch on its head because all the benias dropped off. I had it with I had a Mark Gardner Tancho Goshki, and that, as soon as it hit my water, within a month or so of being in there, was swimming around with a half moon on its head because the spot just didn't like my water. It's mental.
Oh, I can show you Grandpa's birthday present. Wherever that's gone.
2 seconds.
That's what my dad bought himself.
Oh.
Oh, he's buzzing with that.
Very nice.
Sorry, I'm just trying to work out how to take it off. I don't know how I managed to put that on. Vince has muted himself. Unless he's taking a phone call.
Sorry, I was responding to a message.
Oh, that's all right, mate. I wasn't sure that I'd clicked mute on you or not.
No, the thing is, my tablet, it's on a go slow because it's ancient, like me. Well, not quite as ancient as Tony.
Dino's in the house.
Dino's in the house. How we doing, bruv?
Oh, the chicken.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with deformed fish. Yes, I know that, Dino, but in the aspect of the fact that Tony is trying to grow on and bring out the best potential, then keeping deformed fish isn't going to help. And it was a lesson that I learned early on, which is why over this winter, when we've had the real cold spells, some of the little ones that just aren't strong enough to make it through go straight in a bucket of clove oil, and that's the way it is. It's not being nasty, it's just, what's the point of seeing it spin round in the pond?
If you want some really nice deformed fish, Jigsy, you can have mine.
Not Jigsy, Dino.
Oh, Dino, is it? Dino.
Yeah,
you can have mine.
Oh, Dino.
They're only in there to mature the filter.
Yeah, good. And I'm not that I've got a thing about. I mean, I've got one-eyed Willie in the main pond, because he hasn't got one eye. It does look like his head does that, but it doesn't. It's just because you haven't got that
peripheral vision.
The concave, where you get the outer curve, because it hasn't got that outer curve here, and it dimples in it. But yeah, he's a beautiful fish, and if I'm hoping that it's going to be male, and the reason for that is, if it turns out to be male, then it will be the absolute perfect fish to go with Big Betty, because one-eyed Willie, albeit he's a Ginrin Karashi guy, he's part of the cheeky monkey spawning. And if I can get the Ginrin combined with Betty's body, I should be able to produce some really, really nice fish.
You'll get at least 5 one-eyed Karachi guy cross.
It's to be fair though, that side of it is part of it. Happens, doesn't it? The culling process is where you keep the best. Not that it means it's ethical, like, because obviously when fish spawn 500,000 fish, there is a process involved in that, isn't there?
Yeah,
I think that's one of the reasons why I don't bring fry on and go buy 200 at once, because I don't think I could just go around and go, right, 50 of you on the chopping block.
but yeah, I only cull deformed fish. I mean physically, but anything that doesn't pass the grade, I either give away or I sell.
Yeah, that's all right. There's plenty of people that want that won't koi that won't meet your expectations, and just go,
Well,
there you
yeah.
go.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely. But like you say, it's part of the process, and you know, I've been growing fry for a lot of years now, and so to me, getting rid of fish that aren't gonna one compete or actually make it through the next 6 months, I got no problem with going through them and putting them in a bucket of clove oil straight away on the head. No messing, peaceful, humanely, gone. Because ultimately, they're not gonna survive later on down the line if they're not competing with food, because they end up going skinny and then they end up dying anyway. So, but that also boils down to experience as well. Can you see how, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you going to spawn anything this year?
I would like to, but I've got to check to see if the snowy saggy is male or female, as in the big one that's in the pond. Because if it's female, yes. If it's not, then I'm gonna hold off until I can spawn Betty. But saying that, I have thought and have spoken. What was I saying? Brain's just
Spawning Betty.
spawning Betty. There is the other side that I could use, because I've now got a 1.2 meter show back. Means I've got something big enough that I could spawn Betty in. I have also got the option of putting the big male kahaku that I got this year or earlier on this year from Rick, and see if I can create some achieva. And the only reason I'm even considering doing it now is because I have got the VAT. Because as we all know, not last year before, when I did the spawning in the front garden, I think I ended up going through 3 blow up pools that just didn't survive, and caused me a lot of hassle and a lot of heartache and a lot of fucking problems. So now I've got something that I know is rigid. It's not gonna break, or you know, I can leave it out in the front garden and not worry about the heat. Because that was another thing with the front garden, that it gets so hot out there that the rubber or the plastic, the blow up pool,
messes up plastic, isn't it?
It messes up with the air pressure in them. And I lost count the amount of times I had to go back round and blow it back up, because it had lost pressure because of the sunlight and the heat on it. Yeah, so there's one thing I would advise: if you are going to spawn, make sure it's in some kind of rigid side pool, or like the pools that Rick uses up at the farm, where you've got a metal framework and then the pool, basically a show vat in a rectangle, but for kids. And they work absolutely perfect, and they do last as well.
Yep.
And like Rick said, you can pick up one of the small ones he uses that are in the actual spawning tunnel for about 60 quid, whereas you look at a show vat and you're looking at about 200 quid, which is why he finds the pools are better. But it's what I've got to hand, and it will actually work. And in doing so, I won't. That's the ones. That's best way pools. But yeah, I won't be taking up the front garden either because it's only 1.2 meters round. So it won't piss her indoors off either. Failing that, I got a big empty patio here that I could stand it up on and do it out the back. But the only thing about doing it out the back, I would have to have a heater going in it. Whereas
No,
if it
so
was just out the front, I wouldn't need to. I mean, a couple of years ago when we had that really, really hot summer, there was a 10-degree difference between the front garden and the back garden, which is why it takes my back pond so long to bloody well warm up.
My wife thinks I'm being really good at the moment because I've been levelling my patio slabs up that I'm sat by at the moment, but you don't know that I've got an ulterior motive.
I knew that was coming.
Because I've got a 2 metre show vat that's going to stand on there in about let me think, during May.
During May,
Yeah.
you're gonna try spawning, are you?
I don't know about spawning, but I might try and book a vat somewhere else in June.
Oh, right.
Thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
Yeah. As long as my fish are okay.
Well, if you're thinking about taking anything black with metallic, so Ginshiro, Series, do it. You want to get anything like that into a blue bowl for a day or two to see
Yeah.
what happens to the sumi.
Mm.
I mean, we've had it at the farm. I mean, we've left fish in a bowl, in a blue bowl, for a half hour or so, come back, and that sumi that was really, really dark is now like a real pale grey, where it
Well,
just drops back.
I've got it in my head because it's not the easiest thing in the world to catch fish in this pond because of its size and depth. So I don't really want to do that on the morning of going to a show. So
Yeah,
and
you need a longer net handle.
none of them has ever been in a blue vat before. So I figure that if I can catch them and sort them out a month beforehand, and they live in a vat for a month, then they'll get used to that, and also that they'll acclimatise to the ambient temperature.
Yeah,
And yeah, so I've got that in mind. Rick said that'd be a good way of doing it, really. You know,
yes, yeah.
get them caught up a month beforehand, get them in a blue vat, let them acclimatise in that, and
But
sort them
wait,
out.
if you do that, what are you going to put on it for filtration? Because you're not going to leave them in there for
No.
3 or 4 weeks.
That's why I want another easy pod. I want an easy pod to do a bit of filtration on that. We can't have that going for a month without any filtration.
So
No.
in doing that, then what you would have to do, you would have to run your easy pod on
I'm
your
going to run it
main
on the
pond
pond. Yeah.
for a month or two to build up some
Yeah.
kind of colony of bacteria in the easy pod before
That's
you
why
even
I'm
go.
looking for one now, another one.
Right, got ya.
I
Would
might
it
have
not
to
be easier?
resort to buying a brand new one, but I hate the thought of that.
Would it not be
When you
easier
get,
buying a Tempest, and if it's only for a month?
yeah, I got a Tempest, but yeah,
But have you got it
I
connected to anything, Tone?
hmm?
Have you got it connected to anything?
Yeah, it's on a tank out the back, but there's nothing in that at the moment.
Well, that's that. I wouldn't even bother with a fucking easy pod then. I'd
Mm.
get the Tempest running on your main pond, and then just take the return out. So if you put that on your main pond in between your pump and your shower,
Yeah.
you can then, when it comes to putting them in the blue vat, you can just disconnect a couple of rubbers and then do it that way.
Mm. Mm.
You've already got it there. It's already running, or you could have it already running on your pond, and it'll
Yeah.
save you shelling out.
£20.
Yeah.
Definitely, that's what I'd be looking at.
I think I know someone that's got one for sale, Tony. I've just sent him a message for you.
What, an easy pod?
Yeah.
All right. Whereabouts in the country are they? Though that's the other thing.
Don't worry.
I've seen loads of them all around the country, but they're too far away. Really, it's
Oh, come on, Tony. We know you love going out gallivanting everywhere.
Yeah,
Tony,
I
you're
know.
retired. How can it be too far away?
Well, I don't
You
know.
know it
I
is.
don't want to travel up to Yorkshire or something just to collect an easy pod.
Just because your car wouldn't make it there in one charge.
Yes, I can. I can make. Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to travel just to Yorkshire to buy an easy pod. I've just sent him a message back saying, "Don't bother.
Yeah.
Santa's put you on the naughty list."
Wow. Why? Where is it then, Aaron?
It's in Yorkshire.
Oh, is it? I'm going to say I've just put a bid in for one that's near Birmingham. That's quite a
Right.
nice distance for me, Birmingham. Only takes me about an hour.
I've got my chubby mealworm, shrimp, bloodworm, calci worm. I've got
Right,
dried
it's too
snails.
small for me to read all that.
Selena off of eBay. So today I'm making my grow and colour treats for early feeding once I ramp up the temperatures. Also, dehydrating carrot. How the fuck do you dehydrate a carrot?
Expect you to buy it dehydrated, don't you?
Mhm.
Isn't that
Come on, mate.
carrot powder?
And did you get your mealworms from Chubby's Mealworms.co.uk? And if so, is that where you got the dried shrimp, dried snail, and the bloodworm from? Gwen says in the microwave. But
Oh,
isn't that cooking it?
I would have thought I was just cooking it.
Yeah, I'm confused now. Isn't that just cooking it? Philippa's saying roast it. Yes, the mealworm and the bloodworm from Chubby's. The dried snails as well. If so, when I come off after the live, Mar's getting a shopping list. Love
What
it.
days are you down the farm this week?
Nope, not down the farm this week. Our rocket boy is in New York.
Yeah.
Flies out to New York tomorrow morning for 4 or 5 days.
Oh.
But snails off eBay. Okay, I'll look into that one. But there may not be any New Forest Koi Farm content this week coming, but the following Monday, so not tomorrow, but the following Monday,
You haven't put them away, Mark, are you?
we will be.
I'm going to do it in a little minute. I'm going to do their bedding as well. Yeah.
Oh, Tone's told off.
That's a whip getting cracked, Tony.
Mark's trying to put the hens away.
Tony's just getting told off live.
Love it.
I'll do the bedding in a minute.
Yeah. But yeah, the following Monday, we will be
They're all following my wife.
harvesting the twisted rocket pond.
Nice.
Yeah, you say that, Aaron. Right? Myself and Rocket Boy are allowed to pick 5 from the twisted rocket pond.
5 each.
5 each.
Are you taking
Right.
it in turns to pick 5 each?
But the lesser spotted Ricardo, in his wisdom, has said that Lynn and Susan can have first fucking pick.
That's good.
Yeah, I can see you holding your head in your hands. Yeah, that's brilliant, isn't it?
I don't think it's a bad thing, mate.
Mate, she's there grinning like, oh, you.
Aye.
What's up
But
with
then
that?
it'll lead to the second pick, the third pick, the fourth pick. So Vince will get to pick one. That's what he's
Nah,
raging
there's
about.
no up with that, Vince. I take it that Rocket Boy's picking second then. Is it Susan
Well,
Rocket Boy than you?
either Lynn or Susan's got the first pick, so then me and Rick. I've actually got 5 because I've still got one from the Quituba Fest that's in there, so I will be coming home with 5 plus the one Susan picks.
Well, all you need to do is let Susan pick first, and then flip heads and tails who goes between
Oh
you
yeah,
and.
I thought Lynn was going second.
we'll probably do it live as well. So there you go. You lot can have some entertainment while we do it.
I
Out of
thought
these
Mrs.
5,
Rocket
only
was going to
one.
go second.
Well, it's either Susan or Lynn will go second, but between me and Rocket Boy, we'll toss a coin.
Vince, I think only fish you're taking home's the one you got at Tuber Fest. Susan's taking the rest. You've got no chance.
Mate, that Benny Kiko is fucking lovely. Absolutely fucking lovely. So, but yeah, our lesser spotted Ricardo has given the women first pick. You know, me and Dave done all the hard work. We built the pond, we've kept the filters clean, we've maintained it, done scrapes. No.
So I take it that the rest of them are going in. Are the rest of them going in the sales pond then, Vince?
I'd say again.
Are the rest of the koi going in the sales pond?
A few of them will be going back into the Twisted Rocket Pond for the summer, and there will be some from Rick's ponds in the Munger Tunnel. Some of the best ones from his will go on into there for growing on over the summer. But yes, there is going to be fish from there going up on the website, but I am also trying to twist Ricardo's arm into doing an auction of a few of them while we are live.
Oh, Tony loves an auction.
So once my thinking is once all the picking's been done by myself, Susan, Rocket Boy, Lynn, then what's left? I'm trying to get Rick to agree to picking the best.
Do you
5.
think though, right, I'm going to throw this out to you now, that on a normal weekend you normally get more watching than what you would do in a weekday live at any one given time? Would it not best to film the fish and then bring them up on your Sunday live to get more potential people that could bid on them? Because most people like myself, I'll catch you live when I'm on my dinner for that time. Do you know what I mean? And we can dip in and out of it, but you're going to miss a lot of people that could potentially bid on them fish.
Good.
Well, Tony likes it, but it's not great for Rick, is it?
Yeah, I quite like a mid-afternoon slot weekday.
But yeah, I'll be seeing Rick on Friday anyway, so I'm gonna see if I can nail him down.
I thought it was this Friday that he went. When does he go to Cambodia? I thought it was today.
No, he goes the day after we do the Twisted Rocket Pond.
Ah, right. A week on Tuesday then.
Yeah. Andrew, now you are talking shit. If Susan had her way, I wouldn't be bringing fish home from the fucking Bowl of Doom every other fucking week. Well, every week in the summer.
That's because you sneak them in the back gate and put them straight in at long block. She doesn't see them when it's too late.
Well, once I've got this liner in, I am actually going to have a little bit more water in there. So I just can't wait to get my heat back up. There is at least 15 in the the Tosai tank that really could do with 6 to 8 weeks on heat just to give them that bit of a boost. And yeah, 99% of them are the ones that both myself and Rick picked out. There was a couple that he was like, yeah, but I'm going to be chucking them in as well. Sorry, I'm just looking at the comments. What's that? Get there in a minute. At Vince, bloodworm and gabbies, river shrimp, chubbies, the snail, spirulina. I use egg as a binder and slowly dry it in the oven. Makes floating cakes. Ooh. What sort of ratio are you making them at? I do like the sound of that. I do like to give a variation, and I do say it's right is the spice of life. And there is 60, no, there isn't. There's 75 people tuned in this afternoon. Thank you all for joining us along. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe. We've got 3 other Koi YouTube channels here as well. Don't forget to get across to them as well. Give them a subscribe. When you're putting out a new video, George?
I'm 6 from 1,000 now.
Oh, close, Tony.
Ooh, Tony is 6 from his 1,000 subscribers, and don't forget my man Rocket Boy is also trying to push his way to 1,000 subscribers. I mean, if I could get into 1,000 subscribers, it would make his year. Honest to God, it would. He would be so over the moon with that. It would be, yeah.
He was feeling a little bit low the other week, but I said to him, you get some content out there, Rocket.
He is putting content out there, and he's not with us today because he is, hopefully, fingers crossed, still on his winning streak and winning at his fishing match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Honestly, right.
He's kept that quiet.
That's the type of content that he needs to start bashing out, He's really good at it.
Yeah.
And honestly, I don't think many people would mind. It's still carp at the end of the day. He should really start putting some of that on.
Yeah, he ought to do a bit of Riverside content, didn't he, really?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that man has fished with some seriously popular people, Not only that, he rubs shoulders with rock stars and stuff, at Live Aid.
I told you ought to get on the guitar one of these lives.
Well, I've actually got one of his band's albums, and if you like old school sort of like heavy rock, it's fucking awesome. It really is. It really is. But yeah, so I would like to say a massive thank you to everyone joining along this afternoon. I am going to call it an end today because I've got so much I want to get on with, and I've got to pick my son up and take him to the hospital later as well. So I would like to say massive thank you to everyone that's joined along. Tony for jumping on.
Thank
George, Aaron,
right.
I've been Twisted Koi. You lot out there, you've been great, and there will be a video this evening, no doubt. If not, it'll be tomorrow. Catch you later, guys. Have a cracking afternoon.
Bye, everyone.
There you go.